What's up, everybody? Jeff Beggins here. It's hot. It's sweaty. It's August. It is just, it's exciting because we got to get to work, right? That's the point. I'm out here working. I hope you are too. But the question I get a lot is, we've got a lot. We got what, over 600 agents. We got agents all over the state of Florida. We're doing a ton of transactions, and we get to see it all, right? Which is fortunate over the last 31 years of figuring this business out. We know what's going on. So what I'm doing now is we just checked on a couple of the sites and the projects and looking for land for different projects. And yes, people are still buying good real estate, right? That's the whole point. But right now we just turned into a little neighborhood that we just took a little detour with to drive a point home, because the market's absolutely different than it was, and it's not getting to get back to what it was probably ever. So I'm going to pull over for a second and drive that point home. The market you loved a year or two ago, it ain't coming back, right? So let's just get over that and stop wishing. And it's just not. If you want it to, it's not going to. Get out of the business like another 700,000 agents have already this year, which is great because this is a business, right? You've got to get to work. So what do you do? So you're in this business. You're actually people relying on you to eat, right? And you actually want to develop an income stream and design an amazing life and take yourself to a next level. If you're doing 5 deals, get to 10. You're doing 10, get to 20, get to 20, get to 40, get to 40, get to 80, get to 100, get to 200, get to 400 deals. Whatever you want to do, it's the same thing. It's just a scale, right? So what do? So the days of just looking pretty on Instagram and TikTok, sorry guys, that's over, except for the people that have to buy real estate right now. If they're getting married, they're getting divorced, they're getting job transfers, they're getting dead, they're getting sick, they're getting estate sales, real life, debt, death, divorce, right? The 3 Ds. That's what drives the real estate market. So if people aren't experiencing the 3 Ds right now, they're not selling. There's a ton of homes in these neighborhoods, but they're enjoying their 3 and 4% interest rates and they don't have to move. So the psychology of, well, I don't going to sell at this low rate because I'm going to pay more for another house. I mean, why even fight with it? They don't have to sell. They don't really care to move, so they're not going to move. They are going to move when rates go back down to the 5s, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun again, but that's not going to be for a while. So do you want to have fun this year and make money this year, or wait for another year and a half, 2 years for the market to get easy again? Because it's not easy right now, but it's very lucrative and profitable for those of us who are working, right? So let's go tactical for a second. This is I'm in a town called Reddington Beach. It's over on the Gulf Coast of Florida, beautiful, right where we're doing a lot of developing. And then what I love about this area is it's just fun, but it's the exact same as every area, because you've got new builds, you've got old builds, you've got tear downs, you've got older people that are thinking about retiring and moving out, moving on. You've got other people coming up. You've got everything. 3D's going on. We've got $3-4 million houses going up right here on the other side of the car. I've got $500,000 houses right here. So who's going to sell next, right? Because that's my, where's the blood in the water, right? I'm hungry. I want to go get business, right? I assume you do. So what I like to do, let's go hunting, right? Farming is great, right? Let's cast some seeds and hope shit grows in the next year or two. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hunting. Going out with the club, beating people over the head and getting business, getting a commission check, going to do it again. Because if you're going to have consistent income, you've got to get control over your business right now. And you've got to go out clubbing, not the clubbing you probably like to do, but the clubbing business, going to find people. So this is interesting. So you pull up tax records. We've got a program, I'm sure you guys do too, depending on which board you're in. Remind, right? Remind's phenomenal. This is where I start. So people say, who's going to sell next? Well, the people who are going to sell next are the ones that have to sell next. So where do we know? So Remind gets to sort the home's owners from their sell score, high sell score, medium sell score, low sell score. Now, what does that mean? There's an algorithm at play that shows who's filed for separation, who's filed for divorce, whose credit card debt's getting high, who's going to Home Depot a lot. All those things roll into the algorithm to trigger something that says, hey, something's going on with 158.15. You might want to go talk to those people, and it flags as a high sell score potential. So if I want to go find business on this street, I'll go to this house because this one popped up as a high sell score, and I'll go bang, bang, bang. What's going on? Jeff Beggins, I'm just kind of curious, what are your plans? Have you ever even remotely, hypothetically, even considered the possibility of selling this home? It's beautiful. There's very little in inventory right now, and your home would be very desirable. Then you shut up and you listen to start a conversation. That right? So then you go to the next one. Then you go to the next one. Then you go, okay, well, where's the unconditional withdrawal in the neighborhood? Who tried to sell and it's off the market. The expired listing. Who tried to sell it, didn't sell. It's now a free agent to go get, right? They've 6 months closer or 3 months closer to whatever decision they had back then to move somewhere. They just had a crappy, lazy agent who didn't do what they were supposed to do. That's why the house didn't sell, because it probably lied to them about the price, right? Or they were resistant to price it where it needed to be, either way. But so that's the hands-on grit right now, guys. Who's expired? Who's the withdrawn? Who is the high sell score? Who's the for sale by owner? Right? What's going on in the marketplace in the specific area where you want business? Because I can control my own business. If I want $1 million clients, I'm going to go to a $1 million neighborhood and I'm going to find the seller in that $1 million neighborhood and get a freaking sign up. And that sign's going to attract $1 million buyers, and I'm going to get $1 million business, and I'm going to have nice commission checks. It's not hard, right? You want little crappy checks? Go to little crappy neighborhoods. Have at it. You're in control over it. Maybe you can do more of them, but it's a lot more work. It's up to you. You get to control it. You do you, right? So that's the whole concept here. Is I wanted to get super tactical, and let's go and drive around and see a house that's in disrepair, right? People haven't taken care of it in years. But why? Well, probably because they don't have the money to, or the desire to, because they're not planning on it as a long-term hold. What do you notice on houses? When I look around, I see lots of different potential on pieces of property. And I look at roofs, I look at windows, I look at landscaping, I look at love. I mean, tell me, does a home have energy? Of course it has energy. It has a vibe, it has love, or it has just ignorance, right? It's being abandoned or it's being loved. And you can tell quickly which one it is. And then the ones that don't have the love, they got an issue. So let's go talk to them and find out if we can solve their issues, right? You got an old roof there, you've got wood rot on the soffits, you've got windows that are just old, right? What are they doing, right? They're sitting on $2 million worth of real estate, and they're clearly not taking care of it, because look, right next door is a $4 million brand new house, and then you got all these other ones. So every neighborhood that you're in, I don't care what market you're in, you've got the exact same opportunities that everybody has. Now the question is, are you going to go out and get sweaty today? Are you going to get out there and start talking to people today? Because as we talked before, there's never one time in the history of the real estate industry that a closing commission check ever happened without a conversation starting it, right? So you have to have the conversations. You've got to have a ton of conversations. You have to have more conversations now than you ever had to before, because fewer people are going to transact, right? They're just not, because they don't have to. So you need to do the things you have to do to find the people that are thinking about selling their house right now, and even the ones that are thinking about it in the near future, so they're ready when the rates do change, and then more business happens, right? It will happen. It has to happen. The Fed has to reduce rates, or else they're going to kill the entire global economy, right? It's no rocket science. We've seen this show before, right? And they're going to go too far, which they already have, in my opinion, and they're going to create a big problem, which they already have, in my opinion. And by the time they look in the future by their rearview mirror, and they're looking at old data as to whether or not they should do something or not. The data's old, right? I can tell you that they've gone too far too fast. I can tell you from all the different businesses I'm involved in, the people, friends of mine, and business partners, I can tell you they've gone too far too fast, and I can tell you that didn't have the intended consequence to destroy what they've destroyed so far. And once they realize what they've destroyed, they're going to say, oh shit, and they're going to have no choice but to backpedal quickly and drop Fed fund rates, which will stimulate lending, borrowing, expansion, businesses, mortgage rates, everything will follow suit on that one too, right? So, but between now and then, guys, that's my point. It's not going to be right now. You're going to be through this throughout the end of this year, and probably through the first half of next year. It's going to be a hunt and kill business, right? Or else you're going to starve, right? It's not going to be that easy. So that's my point. It's not a it's not a depressing moment. Of course, we all wish it was 3% interest rates and 87 offers on every listing, but we all know that was fantasy land that we were in, and it wasn't going to last. So now we're back in regular person real estate, and it is what it is. If you don't like it, get out, because it's not going to change for a while. And if you do like it, or if you do need to be in this business, learn to like it, because it's certainly a lot of fun. I enjoy having conversations with people. It is fascinating to me for people's stories and what's going on in their world and how they buy the house, what's going on in the why here, where's the family, what's going on, where are they going next, where's your family, where are your grandkids, what's happening, that's exciting, how cool, let me help you on that next adventure in your life, let's go, right? I mean, how much fun, and we get paid very well to help people accomplish their goals. Your job is to go have conversations with people and find out what their goals are and help them get there. And you need enough people that want to move now so you can get your family taken care of right now, and you need people that are thinking about it into the future so you have your pipeline full for when things do change. So that's the hands-on tactic that I wanted to get out there in the marketplace right now. And you guys, you have to have the vision. You've got to have clarity in your vision, because guys, it's not fun all the time. I get it. I know that, but nothing is, right? Nothing worthwhile doesn't come without work. So we have to have clarity about what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing, what's going to come as a result of this one. What are we going to do with the income that's earned from our activities, and get fired up and get focused, and let's go do what we need to go do, right? So that's the plan. Let's just get focused and let's get to work. Okay? Reach out with any questions. Let us know. We can help you. Subscribe, like, watch all this content. If you want to watch some of our daily trainings, reach out. We'll give you a password. You can see what we do with our team every single day. Just rising tide raises all boats, guys. This is for us who are in this, the warriors, the tribe, the people that are here for the long haul. And we're going to do very well, and no matter what the economy is doing, because we're always going to work, right? So let's get on the same page. Let's help each other out, and let's get to work.